Greetings. This is the great one himself, Cynical Libertarian Society, CYNLIBSOC.com. Anarchy Moment podcast actually being recorded on the 1st of November, 2013, the 9-year anniversary of Stating the Obvious podcast. This left-wing statist idiot that I know posted in a Facebook group a link to this article. And when she posted it, the only comment she posted with it was, For those of you out there who are stupid, is not a fucking word. And there's nothing I find more pathetic than people who actually write the word in written language. I mean, it's one thing if you have no speaking skills and you say the word which isn't a word, while you're trying to talk, to communicate your stupid little fucking statist thoughts and beliefs. But when people, and I'm really fucking tired, by the way. Unlike those of you who are on welfare and food stamps, I've been working for a living the last 2 fucking days. Really long hours. Because I create value for other people and get paid in exchange for that value. This stupid bitch is actually a writer. And she writes the word which isn't a fucking word. So the article, what's the title of this thing? Because I'm not going to put the link in, that'd be too much work. And I just don't give a fuck. It's at theweek.com, whatever that is. And the title of it is Barking Up the Wrong Tree. I'm not sure what that has to do with this. Anyhow, the point is, it's very short. Excuse me. It's a very short article. It's not much of an article. It's about which professions have the most sociopaths in them and which have the least. And the source of this is a book called The Wisdom of Sociopaths. What Saints, Spies, and Serial Killers Can Teach Us About Success. I might actually check that book out. In fact, I'm going to click on the link right now. Open it up. Because it links to the book on Amazon. Yeah. I might check it out. It might be interesting. Anyhow, according to this, here are the 10 professions that have the most sociopaths in them. Now, I'll read this to you, and unless you're really fucking stupid, there shouldn't be too many surprises here. CEO, lawyer, media, television/radio, salesperson, surgeon, journalist, police officer, clergyperson, chef, and civil servant. Okay, CEOs. They run corporations. Corporations are an arm of the state. The military-industrial complex. The prison-industrial complex. The factory-farm industrial complex. CEOs. Sociopaths. Part of the state. Lawyers. Sociopaths. Part of the state. The state could not exist without lawyers. Media, TV and radio. Sociopaths. Part of the state. The media is controlled and run by the state. It is part of the state. Salespersons. Not so much part of the state, but we're talking, I would imagine they're talking about professional salespersons. I haven't read the book, of course. There's no real detailed information in this article because it's an internet article. It has to be short and sweet so that stupid people can understand it. Not necessarily part of the state, not a big surprise. Surgeons, sociopaths, not a surprise. Most people have known this for a long time. Really good surgeons tend to be self-absorbed sociopaths, which is great. Because if you're cutting my body open, I want you to be so fucking confident and so sure of what you're doing and so goddamn good at it. I don't give a fuck if you're a sociopath. It's irrelevant. Journalist. 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 Sociopaths. Part of the state. Police officers. Sociopaths. Shooting mace in the face of protesters. Shooting civilians. Shooting unarmed people. Shooting people's dogs. Arresting people for having marijuana. Police. Sociopaths. Really? No shit? Police. Part of the state. Clergypersons. Organized religion. Organized religion is part of the state. Chefs. That's kind of interesting. Not too surprising. I mean, most chefs are pretty egotistical and stuff, but chefs, not really part of the state. And of course, civil servants. The post office clerk. The IRS employees. The people at the DMV. Yes, civil servants. Sociopaths. Part of the state. So out of these 10 top professions that are filled with sociopaths, only 2 of them, well, 3 of them, excuse me. Well, surgeons are about to be part of the state thanks to Obamacare. Salespersons, surgeons, and chefs, not part of the state. CEOs, lawyers, media, TV and radio personalities, journalists, police officers, clergypersons, and civil servants. Part of the state. And yet, those of you out there who are statists believe that these are the people who must be obeyed. Right? When the CEO makes decisions, the CEO must be obeyed. When the lawyer sitting there behind wearing a black dress and calling himself a judge, or when a lawyer makes some announcement, or when a lawyer sues somebody, whatever, you people believe that lawyers must be obeyed. The media, when people on the TV and the radio say things, you believe it unquestioningly without even thinking. Remember when Dan Rather found those documents about George Bush and whatever it was he did, but they were typed on Microsoft Word before Microsoft Word existed? You people believed this. Why? Because he's on TV. He's part of the state. He's a sociopath. Journalist. You believe anything you read on the internet written by a so-called journalist. Police officers. Well, you have to obey the police officers. They're the police. As one person I know here in Fort Collins said, if a police officer is arresting somebody, they must have done something wrong. You people believe that police officers should be allowed to kill people, to mace people, to harass people, to pull people over. Clergypersons. Those of you who are religious believe whatever the fuck you're told by the idiot leading your church. And of course, civil servants. Well, the IRS person said I must pay these taxes. Person at the post office must be obeyed. People at the DMV must be appeased so I can get my license, so I can get my permission from the government to drive a car. Yes, all of these people are the state, all of these people are sociopaths, and all of these people are people whom you are willingly obedient to. So what does that say about you? What does that say about you?